G'day, it's Robbie again. Well, today I'll show you a little trick that might get you out of a jam, and it can also save you some money. These are a handy little device. This is only a cheap one I got from Banggood. It's great, I use it all the time, it works fantastic. But of course these are only as good as the blades you have in them, and you've got to have the right type of blade for the job. You know, you got blades for dry wood, blades for green wood, blades for metal, and yeah, that's what makes them do the job the best, the right sort of blade. And this is a good example of a blade. That's a pruning blade. It's got a really coarse tooth count on it. And with one of these are fantastic little units for pruning. But what if you want to cut metal? You know, what if you want to say just do some, you know, small rod or light gauge steel or something, and you haven't got any metal cutting blades, or you're a Scrooge and you want to recycle something. I'll show you a trick you can do with a common old hacksaw blade. Yep. There's really something about these hacksaw blades that makes them quite usable in devices like this, and I'll show you. I'll come in close. Okay, so here's your reciprocating saw blade that you would buy, and here's the tang for the bayonet mount. You can see how that's done, and it's pretty, you know, pretty straightforward design. Some parallel locating sides, a hole for the pin to go in to stop it detaching, and a bayonet pin there that I don't know what that really does, because all of the actual locating is done by these side sections here and here. I was looking at it and I thought, you know, that looks pretty similar in a lot of ways to a hacksaw blade. So here's a hacksaw blade, and when you look at it, it's quite interesting. The hole is pretty much the same size as the hole in here. It might be fractionally bigger, if anything. The actual width is the same. So theoretically this should push into the bayonet mount on a reciprocating saw. All you've got to do is grind it to shape, grind that bit off the end there, and she's good to go. Now I tried it to see if it would work, and I did it on this old one, and no problem. If you look at the blade, you can see how it just goes over like that. So that's the actual profile that you want. That's all it was. I just had to grind a little bit of that curve off, and yeah. Now this is the original one, the genuine one. Clips in, and I mean, you can see how much slop you've got there. All right. Now we'll put in the homemade one, and it's actually got less slop than the ones you buy, and it's good to go. We'll try it out. Let's give it a go. How's that grab you, baby, eh? Cool bananas. Money saver, recycler. What more could you want? So there you go, there's a quick and dirty fix. You can turn a hacksaw blade into one of these basically, and yeah, I mean these are a thicker blade, twice as thick, but it might be all you want, you know, so there's something to think about. It works, and dead easy to do, as I said. Just lay the original over this, run some marker pen around where you want it ground out, and just take it off with the bench grinder. Piece of cake. Okay, that's it from me. See you next time. Cheers.